Hey, yo, I feel like talking my shit. I feel like talking my shit. I feel like talking my shit. I feel like.
It's your girl Billy,
and Drea.
and we are the 220-Somethingss. I'm so excited to finally be here. We've done so much work in preparation for this moment, and if you only knew what we've been through today just to get this content recorded to you in time, as promised, for 9/23, huh.
Y'all about to find out the tea. Anyways, girl, I'm just so exhausted.
Me too, but now is not the time for that. In our podcast, we will share our perspectives and experience on these 20-somethings.
That's right, your favorite besties from Brooklyn.
Be prepared to be awed, wowed, and moved as we take you on an exhilarating journey about two Brooklyn girls from different spaces and places.
There's just so much to discuss that we never thought we would experience after becoming a young adult. So get ready, get comfy, get a drink, a snack, and be ready to laugh, cry, and hear all the tea we gotta spill, including the story for today.
But before we get to that, we're going to start all of our podcasts off with just a sweet and low. Is a simple check-in about one sweet thing that has happened today and one low. Drea,
Yes, Billy.
what's your sweet and low for today?
Ooh, my sweet of the day would be us getting ready in my room. And my low would be definitely the struggle that has taken us to just film and set up.
Yeah.
How about you?
My sweet for today would definitely be just me being productive, getting up early. I had a prior engagement before meeting with Drea for us to record. And then my low, even though we have had some setbacks with setting up and recording, I think my low would just be all of the energy that it took to get to that point of not even recording anything. That's my low. So losing out on my energy is really my low for today.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure knowing what's going on in your life.
Same to you.
Thank you, baby girl. So, today's podcast, we will be asking each other 4 personal questions. This episode will be raw and uncut. We will then touch bases on how we became the 220-somethings. So, okay, Ms. Billy, the first question is, what are some books, articles, podcasts, stories, or whatever you want to share that has helped inspire you when things become difficult?
Oh, when things become difficult. A book that really sticks with me to this day and that I tell everybody about is Mark Manson's. Um, sorry, I'm like blacking out. It's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I'm sorry, that's that's the name of the book.
Bleep.
That is a book that has gone that has taken me so far and that I just always resonate with and that I always refer back to when times get really low or hectic or chaotic, whatever it is. That is a go-to book. And just to give like a little recap of what that is, it really just discusses how there's always going to be something in life happening and that the goal of in life is to problem solve. Like that is the key. And so when you don't give a fuck, you can absolutely get through any obstacle that comes your way.
Wow, thank you for sharing. I definitely have heard so many reviews, and a lot of people have recommended me to read that book, so I guess that's something I should start looking into.
Yeah.
And you too, guys, if you haven't.
Yeah, absolutely. It is definitely a must read. I would reread it, and I don't like to reread books, but that is definitely one of the best self-help books that I've read to date.
Wow.
And my question for you, Drea, what is a fun fact about yourself that you don't mind sharing? Like, I want to know something that is a fun fact that most people just don't know about you that you're willing to share today on our first episode of 220-Somethingss.
Honestly, I am the main character. I don't care what anyone says. The world revolves around me. This is my show. And every time I'm in my room, I'm always blasting music, pretending like I'm the superstar, the spotlight is on me. I do different impersonations, and it's just always my phone, my mirror, and yeah, just me and my little muecas, like my friends say. And for those who do not know what muecas means, is basically a Spanish word for facial expressions I do, because I basically speak with my facial expressions more than my own words.
Yes, and it is your world. We just live in it. That's exactly how it should be. I know it's definitely my world, and everyone just lives in it. So, if you're out there and you're listening to this podcast, just know, repeat after me. It is your world, and they are just living in it. Okay.
Period. So, moving forward, Miss Billy, can you share a bit of your values? Like, how do you live those values during your journey?
Whew. Values. My biggest value, one that I really carry with me, is just being authentically me. I think it's just the authenticity that's very important to me. I don't care what it is that you do. I don't care how you make your money. I just want people to be honest and truthful. I think a lot of the time, and especially in today's world, we live in a culture where we pretend a lot, and it's just really bad. Like, we have people out here pretending to be other people, not really being themselves. And authenticity is just something that I carry with me. I want to be me until the day that I die, because that is what is going to leave a mark on this world, not me pretending to be somebody else that I'm not. So that's one of the values that I carry with me, and I'm going to carry to my grave.
Absolutely. At the end of the world, we're all unique, and it's that uniqueness that makes us who we are.
Absolutely.
So, thank you for sharing that.
Yes, absolutely. And then my next question for you: what do you want people to take from this podcast? What do you want people to take away from this podcast?
Oh, mija. I just want all you baby girls and baby boys out there, regardless of how old you are not alone. We, Billy and Drea, we have arrived to answer every question that you are afraid to ask, because we both have experience not knowing what to do next. Oh, it flew away. I'm sorry, y'all. We're like filming out in New York City because we want to give you that raw experience. And there was just this huge bug on Billy's shoulder, and I just wanted to like scream, but everything is under control.
We're back.
We're back here.
What do you want people to take away from this podcast?
Oh, yeah. Basically, long story short, you are not alone. You got us here. We're your new two besties, and you can just send us questions, and we can just give you advice and answer those questions that you need help with.
Absolutely.
My second to last question for you today, Miss Billy, is what is something you've been working on for a long time that has taken years for you to learn or accomplish?
Ugh. Woo, child. I start things, and I sometimes have a tendency to not finish them.
Ooh, you can say that again, because me too.
I am working on that. I have a lot of different projects that I've been working on, and I think the biggest thing that has been holding me back, and I'm going to say it, I'm going to own it today, right here and right now, is myself. I have not put the energy, I have not put the belief, I have stirred myself with doubt, and I haven't found the resources that I've yet needed. But I think one of something that I'm really proud of, and I'm still working on, I want to publish a children's book, and I'm gonna do it when, I don't know, but it's gonna get done, and be on the lookout for that. That's one of a really big project that I've been working on and constantly working on, among other things, because the list is very long. But I think my children's book is really one of the things that I'm working on, and soon to be published, soon to be checked off of my bucket list.
I love that. We have a CEO up in the run. Okay.
Thank you. And then my next question to you, Drea, is we've talked about what we want other people to take from this podcast. What do you want to take from this podcast? As we record and we do these podcasts, how do you see yourself growing as a result of 220-somethings? Because we're not going to be 20-something forever.
I definitely believe that one of my purposes in this lifetime is to be there supporting people. I really love helping people, so I believe that this podcast is just another outlet for me to support and extend my hand and just like, hey, just come here, hold my hand, we got this together. Doesn't matter if you're in the 20s bracket, 30s, 40s, or even younger. We're all living the same human life experience. It's hard. It's a challenge. Not every day is not going to be a happy day, and every day is not going to be a sad day. So let's just continue this journey together and learn more about what we don't know and what we love.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Would you say that you have accomplished something valuable this year?
I have made it through. I have accomplished a lot. And it's all valuable. I think from going into last year, starting a new role, taking on something new, having imposter syndrome, feeling like this was something I couldn't do, and I saw it through, and I achieved it, and I went through the motions. And unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, I was laid off from that job that I went into, feeling like I was being an imposter. But I worked really hard, and I was able to give the position my all, the role my all, the company my all. And although I was laid off, I walked away still feeling accomplished and achieved for being able to take that step and stay in it for as long as I did. And so that is something that was very valuable to me that I achieved, and only after reflection was I able to come to that understanding. No one likes to be rejected, and in that rejection of being laid off, I was very bitter. But I've taken the time to heal through that experience, and I'm proud of myself for being in that position. Being in that position and being able to move forward gracefully and see how I've grown in the past year from being in that role.
Honestly, thank you for sharing. After COVID, like a lot of people were laid off, and a lot of people did not and still don't know how to handle that type of situation. And you hear firsthand experience you're sharing and letting people know that they're not alone. And also, it takes so much to be self-aware. So huge props to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's okay if you're still figuring out, to anyone listening, and to you as well, Drea. It's okay to still be working on that, to still be figuring it out. Every day that you wake up and you take a deep breath and you swing your feet over your bed and you get up and you attempt to do it again, that's all that matters. That's you giving it your all.
Absolutely.
And then my last question to you.
Ooh, what's the
Drea,
last question, Billy?
The last question is, what does 20-somethings mean to you? Like, not the term, the podcast. What does this podcast mean to you? Like, our friendship, things we're going to do in this podcast. Like, where does it resonate with you at this point in your life?
It gives me soulmate. Soulmate. Yeah. I think a lot of people, they come across others, and we both happened to cross each other's path back in 2014, and we have definitely gone through a whole roller coaster, and I've definitely learned so much from you. Guys, if you knew me back in 2014, yeah, That Drea, this Drea, totally different. But yeah, I am so excited, so happy to have my soul sister. And yeah, there's no age requirement to have a soulmate, basically.
Yeah.
Aww. Aww. Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh. No! Sorry.
This definitely describes our relationship.
We're just trying to figure out the sound machine. Sorry, y'all. But ignore that.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Okay, so I think we finished with our 4 questions.
Yes, we did.
And we should be moving on to our next segment. So the name of this episode is Becoming, and it's all about how how did we become 220-somethings? And so I know we touched on a little bit in some of our questions about how far we've come and how where we met and how we met, but we're just going to give a little bit more of a background story to that and a little bit more details. Do you want to start us off, Dre, or should I continue and keep going?
Well, I already said we met back in 2014.
Yeah, so we did meet back in 2014. At the time that we met, we were interning at
Our old high school.
Our old high school, yes. And we didn't know each other. So we went to high school in the same building for 4 years, never knew each other, never met each other. Had even some mutual friends or people that knew each other, but
we never even knew we existed to each other.
Right, we never knew one another. And then we were interning, and I don't know, we came across one another. We had a meeting. All of the interns got together, created like a strategy plan about how we would tackle the tasks and duties that we had for that summer. Mm-hmm. And I was just speaking with Drea about this, and I don't know, like, when we first hung out. I don't know what we first did. I can't remember how. I think maybe we had lunch together. We were like just chatting in the office, and then I told her that, like, I think one time in the school building I came by and I saw her in the office, and I was like speaking to her or like waving at her, and she was just kind of like, why is this
talking to me?
Right. Why is this girl talking to me? But I don't know. I know for me, I'm a social butterfly. I love people. I love to get to know new people, and so when I meet someone and I like them, I don't cling to them like a stalker, but I gravitate towards people, good energy. And so she had good energy. She was very nice. And so I wanted to be her friend. So I'm pretty sure that I pursued this friendship. I'm pretty sure that I did.
But I just feel like those type of friendships that you don't even remember the first time how we met, those were like the treasure type of friendships.
Yeah, it's like the gem, the gold.
Yes, that's the gold. It's so hard to find.
Yeah, that's true. But we've been rocking out since 2014. Andy's been my makeup artist.
I'm sorry, Drea. Sorry, y'all. For y'all who don't know, back in 2014, I was Andy, but we did a whole personal rebrand, so I'm Drea now.
I apologize for that. Yes, so back to it. Drea, my little unsponsored Twisted Tea, is getting me into trouble on this podcast.
For those who don't know, we never said this, but we're drinking Twisted Tea, y'all. So we're actually drinking the tea to give you the tea.
Right, it's been a long day. But let's not jump around because we're going to get to that long day too.
Ooh,
but
we still got to get to that.
We still got to get to that. But like I was saying, what was something about...
I started off by doing your homework.
Oh,
your makeup.
Makeup, yes. Drea has been my makeup artist. She's beat my face. She's made me a honey glazed cupcake, brownie donut, whatever you want to call it, whatever your little dessert treats you're into.
Chanel.
And she's been my drinking partner. She's been my crying buddy. She's been a shoulder to lean on.
Y'all, we've cried on the train.
Yeah, we cried on the train. We fought in public, not physically, but we argued. Yeah,
we argued. You consider that a fight? I think it's just a disagreement, y'all.
No, I mean we were high off of the life of the party and the drinks, so we were a little bit emotional.
A little chaotic.
It was an emotional fight. It wasn't really like a fight. But yeah, like we've been through so much together, and just from meeting before we were 20 something to being 20 somethings together to partying to crying to laughing. I think, you know, we've lived our 20s. Like I you know, if I had to give one word to describe my 20s, it would definitely be chaotic. But I think chaotic can be chaotic good and chaotic bad. I'm somewhere in the middle, but I've enjoyed them, and I've had great people like Drea by my side to enjoy them with.
Oh, Billy, you always making me blush.
But yeah, I think
That's about it. Well, to add to our little background, friendship background. Yeah, we're just two different personalities, but we're so similar in a lot of aspects. We're both only child. We're both dog mamas.
yes,
We have our children
yes,
about the same amount of years,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Bailey is 11 now.
Yeah, so you got Miss Bailey is a Yorkie
Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu, and she's 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Shih Tzu Maltese, and he's 12 years old. So we be going to the park, having picnics, and taking our babies. Yeah, so like Billy said, we have done so many things, and I can't wait for for more adventures to come.
For 20 something more.
Of course.
With that being said, we've given you a little bit of background, but now we have to give you today's recording tea. We didn't. This was never even supposed to be a part of the plan, but it happened. It happened. So today we took a little visit. We found a recording studio in our neighborhoods, respectively, called Pirate. We're gonna just call them out, and you know, it was very self-served, something that I don't really care for. Drea neither. We decided to give it a shot. We thought this could work, and we booked a 2-hour podcast recording session. However, upon arrival,
Y'all, if y'all were there, y'all would be like, what the hell? First of all, room 32 was messy. I don't know who was there, but they left water bottles there. The table was dirty. It looked like something was burning on it. The microphone cords were cut. Like, how the hell are we supposed to even record if the cords are cut? And customer service was trash. Like, no help whatsoever. They had a phone number. We called. No call back, no nothing. And honestly, like, it just took so much out of our time.
absolutely, and it was ridiculous. So now we have to figure out a new alternative as why we are recording outside, and there was a bug on my shirt. We don't want that to continue to be the thing, but I mean, living in New York City, you're creative and you figure out creative ways to make things keep going. So we just have to keep swimming, like Dory said. We're just gonna keep swimming, and that's exactly what we did today.
Yeah, and honestly, all these background sounds that you hear, this is the real New York City. Loud helicopters, people walking, dogs barking, ambulances, cop cars, like, you name it.
Trains rustling. I mean, sorry, trains. The trees.
The
The trees.
That was the tea of that story.
That was the tea of that story. And this is the end of our first episode of our podcast, 2Twentyy-Somethingss.
Amazing. Thank you.
We made it. And so what we want you to do now is we want you to head over to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. We want you to go onto our Instagram. That's at 2Twentyy with 2 Y's, somethings with 2 S's, and hit follow.
Also, don't forget to click on the link on our Instagram bio to follow our other social media platforms such as Twitter, TikTok. We have so much footage and content coming up for you guys, and we're so excited to share with you.
Also, don't forget that if you do want to ask a question anonymously, so please use our NGO link, which you can find in our link tree in our bio on our social media platforms.
Don't be afraid to ask them questions because we got you, like we said.
We got you. Thank you for joining us today on 220-Somethingss. Have a wonderful day, and we look forward to seeing you or hearing from you next time.
Bye.